12 for the visiting team. At center. Let's do this one.
And the kind of game fans love to watch, Greg. Two offensive teams going head-to-head.
And the rules today favor offense, and that's why league-wide scoring continues to rise.
Now, here is Young, and he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Up of the forward spots, it's Hayward and Bridget. The guard spots are filled by Ball and Rozier. And it's Plumlee in at the 5, home in the paint. And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Passes the ball. Jacks up a 3. Connects from three-point range.
Rozier showing you nice feel for recognizing that one of his guys was wide open and got him the ball.
And so it's Young who brings it up for the Hawks.
And with LaMelo Ball, this team struck gold. Exactly what the Hornets needed. Great production and a face of the franchise type of talent.
Now, here's Collins. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Play on the clock. Driving to the basket. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Young. The Hawks working the ball around. And there's the pass to Herter. Hawks with the new shot clock.
Well, I tell you what, Clint Capella does a really good job of playing with such energy and effort, particularly on the glass, and because of that, he can hurt you on the boards.
Now, here's Rozier. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. You know, Greg, thinking about LaMelo and this team, he's got the fans here in Charlotte excited.
And Kevin, let's be honest here for a moment. The Hornets haven't had a lot of luck in the draft. Finally, they knocked one out of the park, and the fans are ecstatic.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I got to talk to James Borrego a bit a few minutes ago. He's looking to even the season series with a win tonight. He told me he knows this team can play better than they did the last time, and he thinks with the strong defense and shot blocking, they can make things difficult at that end of the floor. We'll see if they can impose their will tonight. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., we appreciate it. They're focused on defense, Greg. We'll see how it plays out.
It's going to come down to hustle. And in this league, you have to be very quick to rotate when you're in help.
And that's why communication is so important. Guys have to talk to each other on the defensive end. I heard a coach once say that talking is energy, and energy is execution.
Now, Wright, following the miss by LaMelo Ball from deep. Wright, the pass to Gallinari. Jang with the screen for Gallinari. Shoots over Washington. And it's Gallinari missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Now here is Hill. Wright finds Williams. Pass to Hill. Unloads from 13. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Oubre outside. His three-pointers off the mark. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Hawks lead by 3. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena. And an unlucky history of injuries for Gordon Hayward. And he understands you got to take the long-term perspective deciding when to return.
There's certain times where it's not our decision to not play. There are certain times where guys want to play and the coaching staff and the training staff feels like it's in the team's best interest to not play. You know, there's certain injuries you really can't play with.
And great teams are more sophisticated than ever when it comes to injury prevention.
And training staffs are now expected to anticipate risks. So at times they'll know before the player does that there's a concern.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Collins and Capella make up the inside pair. Williams is out there with Young. And it's Reddish in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Well, he's a stretch forward now with a dangerous outside shot. Washington loves letting that one fly from there.
And one thing about LaMelo, Clark, you can't ignore the size he has at his position.
You know, he's 6'7", Kevin, so that's big for a point guard, and it allows him to see over defenses, and I also think it helps him as a rebounder.
Rocket 2. The shot by Reddish, no good. Charlotte trailing. Outside, Ball. Plumlee with the screen. Ball with it. He's picked up by Collins. The offensive rebound. And here's Collins. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
Yeah, they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and really it was a parade to the free throw line.
Yeah, did a really good job of throwing foul after foul. Very physical and rugged in how they perform. And it paid off.
Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Lou Williams. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. At the floater, Young, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Hayward. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Plumlee sets the pick for Rozier. Clock at 4. The 8-footer. And the rejection by Collins.
And that shows you a bit of Collins' all-around game and why he's so valuable at both ends of the floor.
Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Hayward kicks to Rozier. And the foul on Cam Reddish. That's his first foul. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Jang, he's checked in for Capella. Alinari comes in for Collins. Hill, he's checked in for Reddish. And it's Wright in for Trae Young. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Bridges, he's checked in for Plumlee. Oubre comes in for Gordon Hayward. Martin's checked in for Ogier. And Smith's subbed in for Ball. Now here is Smith. No points in the game yet for him. Over Wright. Nice shot by Smith. And it's a tie ball game.
There's really no defense for dribble moves like that when Smith gets it going. I mean, he's an expert at slicing and dicing up defenders.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Alinari dishes to Jang. Back to Huerter to stop the drought, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk.
Memorable. Keep that one in the career highlight reel for sure.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's Atlanta. They're up by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, John. You are having your way inside the paint. What's allowing you to be so effective?
My teammates are finding me. I think I'm doing a good job of trying to, play with energy, run the floor, roll hard, and be an athlete above the rim. And I think, like I said, my teammates are finding me. I'm doing a good job of finishing.
You are certainly being available to your team. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome. The first half is in the books, so let's check out the top performers for each team. And to see these two shouldering the burden, carrying their teams, almost makes your back sore, huh, Shaq?
No, stop it. Might have to get him some of that icy hot. Man up.
You might just, couldn't hurt. And now looking at the Atlanta Hawks, a pretty even matchup through this first half.
Great work on the glass so far. They're hustling and showing more desire than boxing out. That's what they have to do. That's the recipe for success.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. All right, Greg, you're a lefty. You're on the call tonight. Here we are courtside. Who do you think is the best left-handed player currently in the NBA?
Oh, it's the beard. James Harden, Kevin, no question. But Zion's going to be carrying that torch for us lefties going forward. I have no doubt he'll make us proud.
On the court for the Hornets, the guard spots are filled by Ball and Rozier. Up of the forward spots, it's Hayward and Bridges. And it's Plumlee in at the 5 down low. Now, here's Bridges. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 6 to shoot. And Rozier, here we go. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
One of the things Rozier does best, attack, going right at guys.
The Hawks shooting for the game at 42%. And every year, Terry Rozier seems to get better. Specifically, Greg, becoming a more efficient and lethal scorer.
I mean, he's improving his percentages over the years, especially his three-point shooting. When he came into the league, was not a threat from deep. Now, you have got to honor that outside shot.
Here's Ball. After the made shot from John Collins. Pass to Rozier. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Rozier's got it all tied up now for the Hornets. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Young against Ball. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. LaMelo Ball picks one up. In his first game after starting in the 2020 All-Star Game, Trae Young had an incredible night, dropping 50 points against the Miami Heat.
And Young became the 4th youngest NBA player to get to 50. Only Devin Booker, LeBron, and Brandon Jennings got to 50 in a game at a younger age. Perhaps the most impressive part of Trae's performance, he did it against Coach Eric Spoelstra's Miami Heat, one of the top defensive teams in the league.
That free throw good from Young.
And you can see Young's confidence and leadership growing each season. He knows he belongs, and now it's about contending for championships.
Lou Williams is checked in for the Hawks. And so Young nails them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Plumlee with a screen on Williams, and it's Ball in the corner. There's the drive. Rebounded by the Hawks.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Now, here is Young, following the miss by LaMelo Ball. Shot clock at 3. Williams can't hit. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Bridges kicks the ball. Hayward at the elbow. Over Williams. And no good. Trying to use the glass. The Hawks leading. Passes it to Reddish. Capella sets a screen for Young. Trying to find Capella. Gets it to him. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Well, I like how Capella stays one step ahead of the posse on defense. Has a real good sense of body control.
they've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Here's ball. Charlotte moving it around. Collins against Bridges. Over Collins. Bridges misses.
That's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
Young way outside. The third quarter comes to a close. Hawks lead by 4. And we're coming back in just a moment.
And your Atlanta Hawks dancers.
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. And so in the game for the Hawks, Gallinari is out there with Solomon Hill. Then it's Boogie Dan. Then it's DeLon Wright. And it's Herter into the two-guard.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hawks.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have
Take a break. Take a break.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
And the first one at the line is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Hornets trail by 6. Hayward with the ball. Now guarded by Gallinari. Yes, that goes in.
Definitely a go-to option in these moments. Hayward has the experience and game to knock down big shots.
Right, the pass to Gallinari. Chang with a screen on Hayward. And Gallinari kicks to Wright with the drive.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
At the line for Atlanta, DeLon Wright. At the line for 2.
First one falls for him.
Well, you know, you've got to really appreciate DeLon Wright's relentless desire to get better. I mean, this guy is constantly trying to hone his craft.
And so Wright nails both of them. And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. They trail by 6. Doesn't go for him. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Gallinari with a screen for Wright and finished off by Wright.
This has always been a strength for Wright, attacking downhill off the dribble.
And here's Hayward. Outside ball. Drives to the hoop. Washington, that's for 2. Atlanta with the rebound. Hill dishes to Gallinari. He kicks it to Jang. Here's the pass to Herter. Five on the clock. Jang with a screen on Hayward. Gallinari attacking. And he uses the glass on the layup. And now a 10-point Hawks lead.
And with good height for a wing player, Gallinari gives defenders problems down low.
Hayward looking around. 11 feet away. Oubre, no one around him. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Oubre's got his first 3 points of the game.
Who wants a t-shirt? All right, look who's coming back on the board. Come on, get loud for your ETL Hawks dancers.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Jack. Collins comes in for Gallinari. Reddish, he's checked in for Solomon Hill. Young is subbed in for DeLon Wright. Charlotte also making some changes. Mason Plumlee's checked in for P.J. Washington. Miles Bridges comes in for Oubre. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Martin. It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Nate McMillan had some advice for the team during that last break. He likes where things are headed, but he cautioned them to play smart the rest of the way. He said carelessness with the ball, with assignments, with rotations, any of that can undo what we've worked to accomplish so far. Kevin, they are so close.
All right, David, thanks.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Hayward with the ball. And guarded by Capella.
Give Hayward the chance now. He's athletic. He's got bounce. He's going to finish with the big flush when he gets inside.
There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Young against Ball. And the call will be against LaMelo Ball.
That's his second personal.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it works.
Here's Herter. Rozier defending. Collins.
You know, as a defender, Bridges is pretty intimidating. I mean, he does a good job of working at keeping you smothered up.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Now Young. And so the Hawks take the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Trey, leadership is such a key part of that point guard position, so what do you focus on with that?
I'm a big guy and good in team chemistry, so any chance I can, go bowling, hang out with these guys, build chemistry, and I think that's where it starts off the court, because that translates on.
Yeah, you guys look like a tight-knit group right now, man. Congrats on the win. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.